What is up, everybody? Still can't quite believe that we have a Michigan channel. It makes me so happy. We always did channels from what we knew worked, right? We did a Lions channel, Sports Talk Detroit. We did another NFL channel, Sports Talk Extra. We even followed Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers so that we could do a Sports Talk Chargers channel. And then we started thinking, and we just kept thinking to ourselves, man, we love Michigan football. Love it. Love Michigan football. And there was a long season where, yeah, I did not miss. And by a long season, I mean it continues. I don't think I've missed a Michigan football game or a Lions football game in like 3 decades. So, yeah, I love Michigan football. Not always live. Sometimes you have to record it, watch it back. You know how it is, all right? Go to church. You have stuff with the family, all that kind of stuff. But Michigan football. And yes, we do have Saturday night church. So anyways, that can get in the way every once in a while. And I'm happy for it too. But anyways, with all of that being said, I want to talk about 2 things in this video. First, Michigan football gets the guy that everybody wants. They got an early quarterback recruit that is a top 10 talent at his position. I'm going to talk to you about what this means and why this is so impressive. Before we get into that, I want to talk about what's happening in our preseason camp now, because we can talk about the recruit for 2027, and we will. We will talk about him, but we also need to talk about right now, all right? And preseason camp at Michigan, and Austin Meek said this, a beat writer for the Wolverines, for The Athletic. He said this, I say this, as Michigan gets into the submarine, it's a preseason camp that is an exercise in reading between the lines. There's no open practices. There's no public scrimmages. Coaches avoid highly definitive statements. They just avoid them in at all cost, and that's how that goes. That's the way it works. Sherrone Moore has described this as the most intense stretch of camp, but there's also some things going on where there's players kind of giving it away, if that makes sense. There's players giving it away. There's players that are saying things like, we'll see what happens. We're going to have a young quarterback, so we're going to need to be there for him as the bullets start to fly. Okay. Now you have a player that basically just said, yeah, Bryce Underwood's our starter at quarterback. And we won't know. And Sherrone Moore said he would announce it the Monday before their first game. So we're going to find out here in a week or two. It's not going to be that far away, week and a half, that we're going to find out who is the guy. You know, you got the Big Ten media bus that's going around, and they're going to find out here in a second. But here's what we do know. Mikey Keene is playing a little bit. All right? He is playing a little bit. Coaches said that Keene is coming along great and doing everything. I'm going to even show you this. But players have indicated that Underwood, Davis, and East Carolina transfer Jake Garcia have gotten the most reps. This is starting to feel like a Jack Tuttle situation all over again. A veteran quarterback coming off an injury can't quite get healthy in camp, causing him a chance to compete for the job. I think Tuttle probably would have won that job out of camp last year. Not that it would have necessarily been better, but I think he would have won that job out of camp last year. All right? Sherrone Moore said he's participating at his rate that he can. We'll see how much he can do and what he'll do as we go through camp. He's been doing a good job for us and managing everything he needs to. That doesn't sound like a guy who's ready to play football at a highly competitive Big Ten level. It just doesn't, which is a bummer. I did a video earlier where, again, it's an exercise in reading behind the lines, where reading behind the lines would have told you that Mikey Keene was playing, and he is playing. But now you realize he's not playing at the level that you want him to. All right, here's what I want to do. We'll go back into a couple of other positions, but I want to talk about this guy right here, Peter Bork. And Peter Bork, we just got a commit and a run on quarterbacks, but it is another high-level quarterback, high-level arm for 2027. For 2027. All right, he's a top 100 prospect. He's a top 10 quarterback prospect from Massachusetts. His offers, and you always want to look at where players get offers, because if they're a 4-star or if they're a 5-star, they're not going to be a 5-star and not get offers from the big boys. But if they're a 4-star and their offers are from random schools, you're just like, I don't know about that. But he had offers from all the big boys: Georgia, Oregon, Penn State. All these other people had offers to him before he ended up committing to Michigan on Monday. All right? He's a 6'4", pro-style quarterback with a live arm, and the number 75 overall prospect on 247. And I'll show him to you here in the quarterback rankings at 247. All right? You've got the top 5 have yet to commit. They've yet to commit anywhere. And then you have the next 5, you have 3 of them have committed. You've got a Texas A&M, you got an Aggie and Jace Johnson. Trey Taylor has committed to Nebraska. Just congratulations, Nebraska. Just bringing in quarterbacks to a program that hasn't been good just proves that their coach knows how to build a program. And I think he's going to have success there. And quite frankly, football is better when teams like Nebraska are good again. And hey, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And I would love to see other teams start to come back and be contenders and party power players out of the Big Ten. I want to see the Big Ten rise and be better than the SEC from top to bottom. And they have been at the top. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Last 2 national championships, one of them we actually care about. So here's Peter Bork, a 90 overall, a 4-star prospect. He's a big boy already. And so I'm excited about this. But why am I so excited about it for 2027? It's 2 years away. What I'm so excited about is the last time Michigan had a QB commit this early. I mean, think about last year. Bryce Underwood signed at the very last National Signing Day. The last time we had a quarterback that signed this early was J.J. McCarthy. And J.J. McCarthy then went out and did what? He was a champion on the recruiting trail for other players to come and play at Michigan. Quarterback is the most important position on the field. We all know that. All right, there's other positions that are highly important. Running back at Michigan is highly important. Left tackle is highly important. Wide receiver 1. Defensive end, edge, whatever you want to call it, right? Corner. Very important positions at the University of Michigan that we can name great players that have played them throughout the year. But no position in football, this is not a hard concept, is more important than running back. And so when we look, I said running back, quarterback, then quarterback. What am I talking about? Proof that we do this in one take. All right? No position is more important than quarterback, and no position can recruit other positions better than quarterback. A quarterback can tell a wide receiver, I'll make you look good. Look at the film I'm putting on tape. Look at the numbers I'm putting up in high school. Let me throw you this football. Like, come to Michigan. You can get better wide receivers. A quarterback can tell a running back, I will put the pressure off of you because we will have a good passing game. I got a rocket arm, baby. Like, I'm going to sling it deep, and you are going to not have 8-man boxes because I'm your quarterback. He can tell an offensive line that he will make them look good, right? I like a quarterback can recruit every other position. I don't think any other position can do that necessarily. Some offensive linemen can, all right? But offensive linemen are their own unique breed. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see, like, it's early in the process, and we know with recruiting there's a lot of flipping, and yeah, there's some weird stuff with him, like he had taken multiple visits to Penn State, but it's clear that he enjoyed Michigan enough that he's traveling further to get there because he's from Massachusetts. He's going to have to go further to get there. And we already have a number of solid quarterbacks ahead of him that Penn State doesn't necessarily have, but he still chose the Wolverines. So my gut is that he sticks around. The only way he wouldn't, and it's far enough out that even if Bryce Underwood ends up being a 4-year player for us, which, oh my goodness, that'd be great. All right. Now, Bryce Underwood has said his plan is already 3 years, so that means he's not as good as we hoped. But if he goes 4 years, But even if he goes 4 years, this guy will get here in Bryce Underwood's 3rd year. So he'll sit a year or two and then be the guy. It'll be perfect timing. So I'm not worried about it. And excited to see what's next. It's harder and harder to find a great quarterback out of high school. It is. But I trust what Michigan has done. They've been able to find him recently, and we're going to see. All right, thanks for watching. Go Blue.